Hello guys, Charles here and welcome back to my channel. 1, 2, 3, 4. So today we're going to talk about an important playing outside technique. This is used by guys like Holdsworth, in particular Michael Brecker uses this a lot. It's also covered in the Funk Zone with George Garzone DVD. It's one of the techniques discussed here. And also the Dave Liebman chromatic approach book. It's one of the techniques discussed in there. So this is, you can give it any name you like, sidestepping, sideslipping, or chromatic shift, anything along those lines, doesn't really matter as long as you know how to play it, that's the important thing. So that's what we're going to be looking at today. 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's break down this idea I'm playing here. Now this is not a set lick by any stretch of the imagination. I keep changing it every time I play it, but I roughly do it similarly every time. So all sidestepping or sideslipping or chromatic shift, again, whatever you want to call it, it's up to you. All that means is you're taking a familiar structure and you're going to shift it by a semitone, by a half step, by a fret. And in this video, we're going to primarily stick to the pentatonic scale, which is the way that George Garzone discusses it in the Funk Zone DVD. So all I'm doing here is taking little cells of pentatonic and shifting them up by semitone. So in this particular instance, we're in the key of A minor pentatonic. So I'm in this 5th fret, first position of the minor pentatonic here. And all I'm basically visualizing as I play through this lick is once I've done C sharp minor pentatonic, I'm going back to A minor. So I'm basically just visualizing the position shifting by one semitone at a time. So I'm starting in A minor, and I'm starting with this shape here, which is just getting the 3rd fret in there as well, but I'm basically just playing one note and then I'm into the familiar pattern. So I'm going here. That's 5 notes of the pentatonic. Shifting up a semitone, and I'm now in B flat minor pentatonic. I'm experimenting with that for a little while. Another shift. I'm in B minor pentatonic now. So A minor, B flat, to C minor. So this is just C minor pentatonic. Up another semitone to F sharp there, so I'm in C sharp minor pentatonic now. And then I'm returning back to A minor pentatonic ideas. Something like that. So I'm going to go really slowly. Something like that, and you can hopefully see those patterns going by now that I've demonstrated that for you. So you can apply this anywhere where that A minor pentatonic would work. So again, in the Funk Zone DVD, a lot of it's on 1 chord vamps. So doing an A minor vamp, or A minor 7 vamp, it gets pretty dull if you just stick to A minor. So we can do pentatonic shifting. And in fact, those classic Guthrie clips where he's in the gazebo, probably in the southern states somewhere, he talks about this technique in this particular context as well, talking about side slipping to create a bit more interest, otherwise just staying on one chord gets a bit dull. So you can do this anywhere where you would otherwise be playing a single pentatonic. Just do some side slipping and it's going to really create a bit of interest. Now according to George Garzone, the reason this works is because the pentatonic is such a strong structure, it's such a familiar structure, that as long as we're hearing those familiar sequence of intervals, which of course if we're sliding the shape around, we're going to keep hearing those same intervals, our brain can relate it back to the original and we can still hear, oh, it's just, I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but it's just basically a pentatonic thing going on. And there's so many notes being covered, so much ground being covered, that you're bound to be hitting some of the correct notes anyway, or at least some acceptable diatonic notes. So a good way to work on this would be, as I've demonstrated today, come up with a little lick that works for you, or just simply try and move one position at a time. So for example, we could just practice being in an A minor pentatonic. Shift. Back down. Go down again. So I'm simply sliding up or down a position, but carrying on playing as if I hadn't changed position. Whatever your idea is, just keep playing it, but change position. For example, your idea might just be to go, and you might now go, which is exactly the same lick, but just adding a fret on each new string. So have a go with that. Simple concepts like this are really the best way to give yourself the confidence that what you're doing is okay. It's very difficult at first when we can't really hear these sounds yet. Remember the primacy of the ear should come first in a dream scenario, but in reality, it takes a long time for us to develop our ear. So having a really simple concept, which is why I like Garzone stuff so much, it's always so simple. It just gives you that confidence that, yeah, maybe this particular lick that I've come up with today isn't the best, but if I stick with the idea, I will eventually create some good sounds, rather than, oh, that was rubbish, this doesn't work, this sort of idea, which it's very easy to fall into that frame of thinking. If you found this one useful, please do give it a like, subscribe, ding that notification bell, and share with any of your friends who might also benefit from this idea. And as always, I hope you're all doing very well, getting plenty of practice in, and I very much look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.
Roll up, let me embed a story you'll never forget. A drip, drip, but drowning in debt now. You can't buy your way out, and I heard you find it difficult to cope well. Hereby, this bottle full of hope and limited supply, short-lived desire. You'll be needing some mirrors for the smoke guy. What a steal, let's make a deal. I'll keep you well if you keep to healing. What a slogan, so well spoken. I'll make the wound if you keep it open. You could have this life as well if you buy these things.